Okay. Hello, my name is Tam. This is Artemis Oracle. I'm going to do a Friday the 13th energy check-in for today. It's about 6 p.m. here Eastern Time. I'm going to do that reading. Though the reading is being done on Friday the 13th, the energy or the messages may resonate with you in any time. So take the messages that resonate and leave behind what doesn't. We'll try to force a story that doesn't fit. I'm preparing these cards to answer yes or no questions for subscribers. So in case you're interested in having a yes or no question reading, a card in reverse will be a no, and in the upright, it will be a yes. And if I feel inclined to, I'll explain the reason why, what message I get from the card itself as it relates to your specific question. Okay, so I'm going to go into the Revealing the Truth deck. And then I have these new Clarifying Love Situations deck from Baruch X. So I'm going to try these out today too. So let's see what comes up. Hi Ruby, how are you? So just so you know, right now I'm doing an energy check-in for today, Friday the 13th. Later on, I'll be answering yes or no questions. So if you're here long enough, then you'll hear the cue. Okay, so one Friday the 13th message does the collective need to know the Revealing the Truth deck. Messages the collective need to know for Friday the 13th. One message. Okay, Street Circulation Sports Exhibit. Word on the Street. Crown. Owner, Master, Top Level. Getting their dues. Who's getting their dues? Let's see what else comes out. Trash. The trash card keeps coming out. Work. Independent. I should have took the other card. All right. At the bottom of the deck, it says adjust, but the Affirm card wanted to show up. Adapt, accommodate, compensate, balance, and wide awake, clean, decisive. So Street Circulation Sports Exhibit came out. So the first thing that came to my word on the street is that someone is either going to be getting their dues, recognition, thinking top dog type thing. But then trash card, waste worthless mouse. Work, labor, earning money, livelihood, independence, free lead initiative, and then whistleblower. This card came out earlier today. Betrayal, report, expose, leak. I don't know, for some of you, because I'm putting the crown, street, work together, independent. Like somebody's receiving some sort of level up, some sort of recognition with the independent card. Maybe you're someone who works independently on your projects on your own. Hi, Christy, how are you? You may be working independently. And I don't know, somehow that is getting around. That may be circulating. It may be circulating around your workplace because with the work and these two cards, this was under this one, street work. I feel like there's somebody talking about your work. Talking about how well you work, how you take the initiative, how you take the lead on certain things. And that's what's causing someone to want to give you something, recognize you, give you your dues, or you're paying your dues, but then you're getting that something top level. I don't know if it could be like a promotion, it could be a raise. And I think it has to do with the fact that you can, that you're someone who can do things on their own, but I feel like with the whistleblower card too, I feel like, okay, some of you may be working in situations where you may be doing a lot of the work. You're getting a lot of the responsibilities. You're picking up the slack in some way. And someone may be talking about it. Someone may be talking negative, because we do have the trash card, waste, worthless mouse. It's funny, I was talking about this with somebody earlier today. I don't know if some of you work with the sanitation department, facilities, custodial services or something. So there may be something like going around or it could just people trash talking, or people just exposing things. Like sometimes you can find stuff out by looking in the garbage, you can find, a lot of people do search for information in the garbage, because people sometimes throw away things that have sensitive information on it. So something may be coming out in that way, but it could be, someone can be or could have been recognized for something, but the truth about them is being revealed. That though they were crowned, they were given some sort of promotion, some sort of accolade, recognition, award, or something, it's coming out that this person probably didn't deserve it, And there may be somebody, it could be a work situation, because we do have the work card. It may be coming out that, yeah, the person that was, I don't know, but I'm thinking about consultant. Somebody's a consultant. Somebody is somebody that's independent from this situation. Somebody who is, not as invested. Maybe an outsider, maybe noticing something, and then maybe calling something out. And that's where this whistleblower card is coming out. Somebody's reporting something. Somebody's leaking something. Somebody's exposing something, because it has come to their attention and now it has to be addressed in some way. It could be a work situation. It could have, like I said, this is supposed to be a Friday the 13th reading. This is some weird shit. Maybe this is something that happened at work. Maybe somebody got called out and they're being seen for who they really are. If it's the type of situation where you may feel like you have been doing a lot of the work on your own, or a lot of the responsibilities have been put on you, it has caused you to have to adjust to these circumstances, that there may be some decision being made in regards to it. And that could be what's being revealed, what's being exposed. But then we have the divine timing card. Wrong time, right time, wait. For some of you, this may be something that you've been waiting for to happen. Maybe it's been a situation that's been happening for quite some time, and now it's being seen for what it is. And there's some sort of action being taken that will bring fairness and balance to the situation. With the adapt card, it says adapt, accommodate, compensate, balance. Sometimes what happens is, are you for real, Christy? I just saw your comments. Wow. Yeah, so it seems like there's some sort of balance coming in. And the way I like to read the adjust card too is like, it says compensate, right? sometimes people aren't properly compensated, right? And you've had to be like go through the situation and kind of have, like you said, you had faith, even though this is something that you keep doing, but it's like an inner knowing that something will work out in the end. But it's a matter of, like I said, you had to adapt to the situation, adjust to it. But to compensate, there's the law of compensation. So it's like eventually with divine timing, things become fair. There is compensation. It's like a karma thing. Like it's like someone paid their dues and in some way and being recognized. I don't know if somebody is being recognized. Like I don't like thinking about this, but some people like to think people who are not homeless are not. You know how people like to think about homeless people. They may consider them this, even though you understand completely the types of circumstances that will put people in the situation where they would be homeless. A person could have their degrees and be working like jobs, but they just can't afford housing, or they've been in difficult situations where they have to, leave and go into the shelter system. So, but it's interesting that you bring it up because it's like some sort of, and maybe it could be the decision too. It could be something you're doing on your own. You could be the whistleblower. You're bringing some, like I said, imparting justice for yourself. Speaking up for yourself, being the whistleblower. That's so interesting, Christy. Sometimes I read stuff and I'm like, does this make sense? Well, thank you for confirming. Okay. So I feel like this is like the outcome right here. There's some within the right time, things are there's going to be fairness. There's going to be, I think there's had to be some level of patience when it comes to the situation, but something is going to happen in due time. But let's see, I don't want to use this deck because that's the yes or no deck. This deck has reversals in it, so I'm just going to read this deck intuitively. I want to know the main cards that I really want to clarify is the Crown, because this is self-explanatory. This could be news going around, circulating. Something's being revealed, something's being shown. But I want to know what Crown is, Trash, and Whistleblower. Those are the cards I really want to clarify. Because the Work card is self-explanatory. It's about work. And Independent, someone doing something on their own. That's self-explanatory. Well, let me see what the Crown is. Oh, these cards are mixed up. I don't like when I do that to my cards. They're like flipped. Wow. Wow, Christy. Let's see what else comes out. I wonder who else resonates with this. Hi, Marcy. How are you? Yeah. Like, people don't understand. People already think it's not only one type of people. It could be anybody that ends up in that circumstance. Not everybody has to. Everybody's life means something. Everybody's life has a purpose, It's just a matter of allowing yourself the chance to find out what your purpose is, instead of letting people bury you with their expectations of what you're supposed to be doing. So tell me about the Crown card. Good, Marcia. Now I'm back in New York. It's cold. I heard it was nice when I was away on my trip. And I was glad to miss it because I don't like hot weather. I like cold. I like fall. I like winter. Okay, so let's see what the Crown card is. Owner, Master, Top Level. It's the High Priestess in reverse. I don't know, this card was about Two of Cups in reverse. Two of Cups doesn't have to be love. It's partnership. It's teamwork. Having the same vision. This card. Queen of Swords. You know what's funny? Because the Queen of Swords came out, and I say this, to me, this is like the Queen of Swords card. So there's air sign energy, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be somebody who's very intelligent, who tries to be fair, who's honest and has integrity. But since it did come out in the reverse, there could be somebody that is in that shadow energy where they may be controlling, cold, domineering, insensitive. But with the Two of Cups and the High, all these cards came out in the reverse, which is, it's like someone needs to follow their intuition about some sort of partnership, you know, be very clear and decisive about what type of action they have to take. And, you know, with the Queen of Swords here, and it has the cat, cats are known for their independence, which aligns with the independent card, because cats are known to be independent. You're Gemini? I think this is your reading. This might be somebody else's reading too, but they may not be seeing it. Are you a Gemini, Christy, or is this someone that may be around you? It's like you have to follow your intuition about this. I think that maybe somebody speaking up about whatever the situation is what's going to allow their, you know, to be recognition, for there to bring fairness and stuff, because it seems like it hasn't been fair. And someone, I don't know, someone's been blocking their intuition by someone's been blocking their intuition about some sort of partnership or collaboration. Because with the Two of Cups and being in the reverse, that's like there's no harmony. There's imbalance, there's disharmony. It's not seeing eye to eye. There's being disagreements and. Well, what's the trash? Okay. Tell me about trash. Magician in reverse is someone manipulative. Someone who has all the tools, empowered, authority, but they're not using it in the appropriate way. But with the Ace of Pentacles, they may be stopping or manipulating in the beginning. With Ace of Pentacles, I don't know if this has to do with payment too, because Pentacles is about money, resources. It could be energy, time, energy, but money. Funding. Hierophant. Yeah, Hierophant has to do with higher institutions. So I don't know if somebody's being, I don't know, controlling the money, maybe spending it or putting it towards frivolous expenses rather than where it needs to be invested in, which is services and employees. So there may be somebody that has been trying to block some sort of compensation. You know, when I said compensation, you know, and this has compensate, right? You know, sometimes when you work and you have a lot of responsibilities, but you're not being paid properly or fairly, then there has to be some sort of way of compensating you. So there may be some sort of, maybe something being adjusted with pay, with salary. Yeah, I feel like if it's this, there may be somebody else, someone who may be coming in with the Hierophant energy, who's becoming aware of this, informed about this, and they're going to be ending that, like ending whatever manipulation or blockage, delays that someone may have been causing because they were controlling something. And that's it. They could be a fixed sign: Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, or Leo. But Taurus came out with the Hierophant, so that it could be Earth sign energy. It's like someone's going to bring stability into the situation that someone may have been manipulating and has brought imbalance or instability to. Oh, who is the whistleblower? What is this whistleblower energy? What is this whistleblower energy? Ten of Swords is coming to an end. Someone speaking about something. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Yeah. Someone has been disappointed about a situation. But you notice the Five of Cups always, someone's always crying over spilled milk. It's usually about the 3 cups that are spilled over, but there's 2 cups. You see the 2 of Cups that came out in reverse here. They're here, part of the 3 of Cups. With the whistleblower and the 10 of Swords, with the Knight of Swords, and then the 6 of Pentacles, which has to do with fairness, generosity, balance, equal give and take, where that's been lacking. That may be coming to an end with somebody coming and speaking the truth. And like the whistleblower and the independent energy, it could be whoever this person is, the one that's seeing things for what they are, like I said, the consultant, who's seeing or noticing certain things that they want to bring it to an end. You know, they want to bring balance. But this is someone this is air sign energy again. But this is someone who may be doing it in a way that it's maybe very blunt, harsh. Maybe people aren't going to like it because it may be happening very quickly. Whatever changes they're trying to, or whatever exposure, whatever's being exposed is going to be ending, you know? So it's going to be like the end of imbalance, unfairness. Someone being end of betrayal, whatever that betrayal is, because I guess when people are, let's say if someone is an authority, a place of authority, and they're being manipulative about something, that causes a lot of pain. And you know, if someone has this level of authority where they're supposed to have integrity, but they're not acting in that, and they're only thinking about themselves, because this is Gemini in reverse. This is actually Gemini or Virgo, because the Magician is Gemini or Virgo, mercurial energy. So I don't know if somebody was trying to manipulate a Gemini energy. This, because you're saying you're Gemini, Christy. So I don't know if somebody's trying to manipulate you. It's interesting though. 10 of Swords. It's the end of something. Or it's somebody trying to prevent the end of something, not wanting something to end. But the Knight of Swords, and then the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm gonna put it in the upright because I can still read it. I can still read it in that way. Someone's wanting to bring an end to a situation, close out a cycle where there has been betrayal, because the 10 of Swords is known as the betrayal card, you know. And like I said, people who have authority, power, they are expected to have integrity. And when they do something that goes against the mission of something, or goes against the higher good, the highest good of something, or for people or the agency, or goes against what's good, what's right, what's fair, that is a betrayal. Because this is supposed to be someone who, the whistleblower is just going to be ending or exposing this type of betrayal that has caused harm to someone or people. If I take what you're saying into account, this is a collective. This is supposed to be an energy check-in. Yeah, because the whistleblower is the person that exposes things. So it's like somebody's coming in, bringing an end to this, bringing clarity to the situation, and I guess taking out the trash if you really think about it. So, and then restoring balance, restoring fairness. That's why I don't like reading reversals, because I could still read it. I could still read the card in a negative way without it being reversed. If it's reversed, I feel like it's strongly negative. But that's why I could read it both ways. without it being reversed. That's interesting. You know what's interesting though, when you really think about what a whistleblower does, they have to wait for the right time to expose something, you know? Sometimes you have to stay quiet, gather as much information as you can before you can expose somebody for who they are. And then once you do that, you have to be firm and stand your ground when it comes to this. Because there may be people who may try to push back, may try to silence someone. But this is why it's important for whoever is the whistleblower to take their time, to wait for the right time to expose something. So that it's like you have to have enough information, enough evidence that cannot be refuted in any way. So it's like I can imagine having to be in this position where you are seeing all the injustices, and then you have to stay quiet because you're still waiting for all the information to come through, all the facts, everything, all the data, all the supporting evidence, all the exhibits to really align and support whatever you're exposing, because you just can't expose somebody without evidence. You know, you, like they say, you need receipts. And this energy was, wow, I am so sorry. Out of curiosity, do you know the person's sign were they a Pisces? A water sign energy? Because the high priestess was in reverse. And it's supposed to be someone that knows secrets and stuff, but it was in a reverse with the Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords, you know? But I don't know if that's your sign. That's interesting. Because the Gemini card came out with a magician. So someone, but it doesn't have to be the sign. It could just be someone who's manipulative, who's manipulating the situation. You see, like the magician has this thing over their head. I don't know what that's called. I don't know what it's called. So I don't know if somebody was trying to block somebody's intuition. It's funny because something like this came out in the reading earlier today. It was similar. That's interesting. Yeah, well, are you the whistleblower, Christy? That's probably one of the scariest things to do, to be a whistleblower. You don't have to say March 9th. Pisces? Yeah, that's Pisces. So Aries season starts on, I think, March 20th or March 21st. Wow. I think this was your reading. But like with this, I'm gonna fix these cards because they're driving me crazy. Because I could read reversals without them being reversed. Because I just look at how the cards are coming out together. I only like doing the reversals for the yes or no questions. Hi Shantae, how are you? Oh. Hi Sprinkle777. You're a Pisces? Okay, we're not talking about you. Unless you were not doing something great. Unless you were not doing something good. Because it's, wow. This is so weird. You know, thank you for confirming this, Christy. But I want to see. I'm just fixing the cards because I can't. When I read tarot regularly without doing the yes or no, I like my cards upright. That's the way I read. For the yes or no questions, I do the reversals. So I want to know what the advice is for this. What is the advice for this reading? What is the advice for this reading for those who resonate with the messages? Two of Pentacles. It's mentally and emotionally balancing yourself. Because I don't know if there's going to be some sort of backlash. That's insane. With the Two of Pentacles, like standing your ground, standing with integrity while maintaining your mental and emotional balance. Even balancing what storm may come from this. You know, this is what I was saying. It's like, with this, waiting for the right time to do all this, for this to come out, it's like, there's going to be some sort of emotional fulfillment coming from this, you know? And I feel like this is like a sense of pride, but not in a negative or egotistical way. It's more like, you know, you stood up for the truth, you know? You weathered the storms. You were able to maintain balance. Were able to adjust, to adapt to the situation. But the advice is like, if for anyone who may be going through this, is that it's, as much as it's challenging to be in this whistleblower position of being a whistleblower, you have to balance out, like, you can't, the truth, you can't pick or choose what's considered truth, what's considered false. You have to do the right thing, regardless of what may be coming up from this, what storms, what turmoil, what stress, whatever may come from this. It's like you have to be willing to stand your ground, stand firm with the truth, the facts. So this is where the adjustment is coming from, finding that balance in the situation. And it's funny, look at this, the Two of Pentacles and this, they look like rainbow. Like, you see it looks like a rainbow right here, this halo, and then you see the same colors here. This is about standing firm with the truth and knowing that when it's time to reveal it, reveal the truth, reveal the injustice, reveal the deception, remove the illusions, seeing things from a clear perspective, exactly for what it is and not what some people may try to excuse. It's like, this is gonna work out in the end. Like, doing this is I feel like this is the scary thing, but it's also brave, you know, because when it's like a large scale thing, it's scary, you know, because we see what happens to people. Well, like, if you think about the Epstein files, you think about what's happened to the women that were meant to testify or come forward and then they disappeared, that type of thing, you know. So those types of situations, they do incite fear in people, but then it's like, you can't sweep certain shit under the rug, you know, because you can't be treating people like trash. You gotta respect people, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of, but this is like the trash is being taken out, essentially. Oh, wow. That was such a very specific reading. Okay. What time is it? 30 minutes? All right. I'm looking at the time I've spent. Okay. I hope everything works out, Christy. You know, I should check what the possible outcome is. Let's see what the outcome is. What is the outcome? Sure. What is the outcome when it comes to that situation? What is the outcome? What is the outcome when it comes to the situation? Two of Cups came out. So Two of Cups came out. So this is like harmony is going to be restored. And then with the Strength card, it's all about like harmony is going to be restored, but there's still going to be a lot of something where someone had to maintain your bravery, maintain your courage, you know, regardless of what is going to happen. But it's like there's going to be a new beginning, kind of like a reset in some way. It may be personal reset for you if you resonate with this. This could be people coming out talking too, because to talk about your stories, talk about your experience, that requires bravery, you know. And because if you think about anything that you've gone through where there may be shame or stigma, and you hold on to that, that keeps you stuck, that keeps you trapped. But then when you're able to release that, express yourself, and release the shame that may be tied to whatever you've experienced, because even victims can be whistleblowers, that allows them to have a reset, a new beginning for themselves, because they're now free. They're not being trapped or bound to a past or something that was done to them, but essentially allows them to have a new beginning where they could see hope for a better future for themselves, be more optimistic with the Ace of Wands, you know. But it's also a bit of defiance too, being defiant. To be a whistleblower, you have to be defiant, you know. Yes, so it's going to bring harmony, not only to you as a whistleblower, but to other people, the people that were impacted by this, you could say, a toxic person, a person who's manipulative and dishonest and cold and uncaring, who may have treated people unfairly, but now it's like they're getting their justice. They're being seen, they're being heard, which is what anybody that's ever been in a terrible situation and has felt silenced ever wants, is to be heard. Because we know how it is for vulnerable communities or people who are vulnerable. Because sometimes people don't really care about what they've gone through, what they've experienced. But then having somebody that will stand up for them, basically, which is this Strength card, is what restores harmony and restores faith, restores hope that they can have a new beginning. So I see the Page of Pentacles. And you see the peacock is there. It's about being seen. It's the Knight of Cups, yeah. It's like the end, in a way. It's having a new beginning, you know, starting from scratch, rebuilding, and finding satisfaction in life again. Having hope, you know, feeling free, to being emotionally fulfilled in some way, but because of something finally ending. No longer being trapped by whatever pain they may have experienced, anybody has experienced. So I hope that was helpful. That was like an unexpected reading. It's so interesting how I started reading and it makes absolutely no sense to me, and then I get confirmation that from someone in the chat that the reading isn't BS. So thank you, Chrissy, for confirming the messages to me. I think that's one of the weirdest things too, is like being new to tarot reading and not having many people in the past let me know if the messages resonate, made me question, like, and I mentioned this before, like, maybe question, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? You know, but I never gave up. I was like, this is somebody's message. Whoever needs to hear it, whoever needs to see it, they'll receive the message. So I hope everything works out, Christy. Whew. 7 people with 7 likes. Thank you. Okay, that was kind of heavy. So I'm gonna go into this new clarifying love situation, Zach. And let's see what comes out for love. Let's see what comes out for love. What comes out for love? Collective 13 message. What messages the collective needs to know this time? Confusion, needs certainty to trust. Strike, expect to see more major changes. Cupid, new love will find you. Good luck. Oh, wow. These cards are new and they're very bendy. Okay. So the first card we have is confusion. It says need certainty to trust, but has so many keywords. Uncertainty, doubt, hesitation, hard to read, questioning, complex situation, dilemma. And then strike. Expect to see major changes. Victory, conquering, winning, perfection on track. Accurate, faultless, yes, direct approach. And then Cupid. New love will find you. New love, meeting someone new. Getting back out there. Honeymoon stage potential. And then we have, that's with the Cupid card. And then with the good luck card, good things are manifesting. Blessed connection, fortune, lucky break, good opportunity, great chance, joyful occasion. And then manifesting, coming in very soon. So I don't know if somebody has been, I don't know if there's someone that's caught your interest or there's someone who's interested in you, but they're not, they're not sure if they can approach you. They may be confused about something. They maybe need some more clarity. Possibly know that, possibly they need to know that if you're interested in them, if you already know them, or if you're single and available for them to make some attempt to make a move towards you, But with Cupid, is like this could be a new love situation, someone that you've never had anything with before. So this person probably has feelings for you, and someone new that's developed feelings for you. They probably have a crush, someone new to you. And this could be you. You probably have a crush and you may be considering moving towards somebody, possibly making some sort of move towards them. But you want to be sure that it's mutual, that it's not just one-sided. So that could be where you need to, sometimes we want something, but we need to be able to trust ourselves, but also have faith that the situation might work out. But I feel like if some of you or maybe meeting somebody, or you may be putting yourself out there too, you may be approaching somebody, because putting yourself out there could be also making yourself vulnerable and, letting someone know that you like them, that you're interested in them, and then taking the chance that, you're not really being entirely sure if the person feels the same way about you. But I feel like if that's the case, some of you may get lucky when it comes to that, But it says good things are manifesting. Some of you may be manifesting somebody, because with a direct approach, someone may be approaching you directly to express their interest in you, or you may be taking that approach yourself, but it looks like it's something that's going to work out, because it's either you're waiting for this to happen, or someone is taking the chance and doing themselves, but it's like something that you've been wanting or they've been wanting. But I don't know, it's like this is positive. I like that. I like that. The only thing is like the confusion. So let's see. I want to know who's confused when it comes to this. Who's the confused person that needs certainty? It's a Hierophant, so that could be a Taurus. Someone will be thinking about marriage, commitment, higher level of commitment. The Star, we have Aquarius. Which is like a wish fulfillment, you know? What else? That's Major Arcana. That kind of goes with strike. Major progress, major changes. Major Arcana are like big changes. Yeah, confusion. Somebody wants to, because I got this is interesting. We have the Hierophant with the Star, and then we have the Eight of Wands, which is someone taking a direct approach. Direct approach. That goes with strike. Strike while the iron's hot. Very focused intention, actions. Confusion. Yeah, because I was thinking? Single. Someone wants to know if you're single. You may want to know if somebody's single. But you don't want to make a move because you don't want to step on anybody's toes, right? But someone is being seen as a star, like a wish fulfillment, like a manifestation in the flesh. But the person doesn't want to approach because of this Nine of Pentacles energy, which is an independent energy. Someone who's single, who's abundant, who has everything. She has her life together. This is the Minor Arcana Empress card. This is someone. So someone may be seeing you, or you may be seeing someone as like a good catch, someone that you can have growth and prosperity with, someone that or someone can have growth and prosperity with. Commitment with. Because sometimes people could tell who's worth taking that chance with or approaching in that way. But I feel like we already got like the meaning for strike, because we got this Eight of Wands energy. But I want to know about the Cupid. Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. I know somebody's experiencing some sort of conflict in the past. Possibly false starts. Because I have the Ace of Pentacles, which is like trying to grow something, trying to build something, but it's like there's always some conflict, something getting in the way. It could be something that's happened in the past that gets in the way, and needing to have more clarity about something. But with the Knight of Wands showing up, it's like if someone has experienced this in the past, this person doesn't want to give up on the fact that they can find somebody that they can grow with, despite having probably 4 other experiences that told them otherwise. Because it's like this one sword in their hand. They're wielding the Ace of Swords right there. The Four of Swords is healing. If you think about it, the Four of Swords is about healing, rebalancing, meditation, prayer, rest, taking a break. But this person is like coming out, they're like, okay, I've healed, I'm ready to put myself out there, but I have to be sure that this person is single and I can approach them and try to establish something with them. So it's like, I'm gonna give it one more try. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna like not give up on love. And I feel like this person is like, they always say like 3 times, is 3 times the charm, something like that. For this person, it may be the 5th time. I don't know if they had 4 heartbreaking experiences, but they still are someone that has faith, has hope that they can still meet somebody, that they can meet the person that would be a living manifestation, the person of their dreams, their wish fulfillment, and they may be seeing you that way, or you may be seeing somebody that way. Okay. I feel like that's self-explanatory right there. So this is a Friday the 13th love reading. So some people don't like the number 13. I don't have a problem with it. So do you believe in the Friday the 13th or 13 being a lucky number? I'm curious to know what you think. I saw the 5 of Wands. This person also may have this concern that there may be competition too. Well, tell me about the good luck. Tower moment. Meeting you was like encountering you. Wow. And the night of, encountering you was something like shocking. And shocking, maybe the way they see you, the way they envision you, having like, how sometimes you have this idea of who you would want, and then you finally meet somebody, and then they're like, wow, like they were struck by that, struck by you, you were struck by them. It just came out of nowhere. Probably somebody was knocked off their ass, knocked on their ass, because it happened so unexpectedly. To like come across somebody. I don't know if some of you, I want to say online dating for some reason, because that could happen. Sometimes you meet somebody, you struck gold, like online dating. Not everybody has that experience, So, but to encounter somebody that meets like all your criteria and with having the qualities that you would want in a partner or a long-term partner, and then to meet that, and you will feel like someone lucky, especially if it's something or someone you've been wanting to manifest. And you don't necessarily have to manifest a specific person, but you can manifest a type of person, like the qualities that you would want your person to have, And that may be what this is, where the person may feel like, wow, I struck gold because I'm meeting the person that is exactly who I feel would be a good partner for me, or I would be a good partner too. Because remember, we want people that we deserve, but we want people that deserve us too. Yeah, this person has desire, passion for you, and maybe communicating, flirting with you in some way if they haven't already. But I think this is coming. This new person is coming. They may be a fire sign. They may be younger. Don't have to be. But the Page of Wands. But the Page of Wands is a messenger. So there may be some sort of message, a flirting message. I see 2 red birds here. So red birds, I don't know, they look like angry birds, but I don't know if these are cardinals. Right here. That may be significant. But like the bottom of the, that's the fire sign energy. Look at the bottom of the deck, has the Emperor. It could be somebody who is established, a boss, has wealth, very prosperous, has authority, maybe has their own business, maybe an Aries. Yeah, because it's the 8 of Cups. They probably have walked away from a situation in the past that has been disappointing, emotionally unfulfilling to them. And they're looking for something new. They're looking for their 2 of Cups. Yeah. They may have walked away or moved away from a Queen of Pentacles energy, because the Queen of Pentacles was in front of the 8 of Cups card. Probably because that person may have been materialistic, and I'm just saying a negative, because if the person's leaving somebody behind, it's probably because the person was not the healthiest. If they weren't happy in that relationship, there was something in the dynamic that wasn't working off of them. Person, I'm not going to say Queen of Pentacles is a greedy, selfish, materialistic energy, but if someone's not wanting to be with that person, that's probably one of the reasons why. Probably the person was more concerned with money and maybe more concerned with her career, not so much about love and relationships, you know? Maybe focus on the bag instead of love. I was saying that some focus on the bag, someone, Three of Pentacles, that's work. That's the work card, collaboration, teamwork. Maybe this person wasn't a team player when it came to relationships and love. That's why they moved away from the situation. But it's like, this may be happening very soon. Some of you may be meeting somebody very soon, someone that is your perfect match, or what you think would be your perfect match. Like I said, they have the qualities that you value. The qualities you value, and you may have the qualities that someone values. Someone sees your worth, you see their worth. Take it as it resonates, because sometimes we could be the chasers, and chaser means the pursuer, or it could be somebody pursuing us, right? So take it as it resonates. But I like this. This is positive. Like someone's gonna have good luck when it comes to love, and whoever that is, I wish you all the best. I wish you a beautiful connection, a beautiful marriage, beautiful life, everything. Everything beautiful, hunky-dory, perfect, everything. And if that reading resonates, please tell us if that's your story. Give us hope that still exists. I believe it does. I believe it does. It's just we have to find the right people. Well, first, we have to find ourselves. So we could match the people that are right for us. Because you don't want to have this expectation of a person you want, but then you're not matching those same qualities. Why would you want the best if you're not the best yourself? You should be your best for yourself. They be their best for themselves, and then you could be your best for each other. Because relationships are collaborative. It's not one-sided. It's not two-sided. You put your part in, they put their part in, and then together you work together. When you think about it, when two people are in a relationship, the relationship itself becomes an entity of its own. I hope that makes sense. Why am I saying these things? This is like when I was saying, like, if they don't understand, they could Google it, or they could translate it on Google. I was watching my reading, and I was saying, I'm like, why did that come out of my mouth? I thought it was funny. That's why I created a short. Okay, I need water. All right. So I'm an hour in. I did a lot of talking. Let's see what time it is. 7:10. Okay. In case you're wondering what music I'm listening to Multi Martin. He does the handpan music. His music is amazing, relaxing. It's good for meditation. I'm not a good person that meditates. I need to practice that more. But if you're someone that does like to listen to music while meditating, that music is really relaxing. It's good. It was my companion during my trip to Seattle. And now that I'm saying that, I'm like, I wonder how Alpha's doing. I hope he's okay. I haven't heard from him, and I hope he's okay. I hope he and his daughter, his family are doing well. And I'm reading your message now, Christy. Yeah, it's important for people to have someone that will listen to them and allow them an opportunity to share their stories and actually listen to them, because not many people want to listen. I mean, to a certain extent, it's understandable too. If you've listened to too many people too many times, it could be overwhelming and it could be a bit draining. But that's why it's important to take time to yourself to recharge, so that you could go back to doing those things. But that's if you want to, because to be able to listen to people and hear their stories and have patience and compassion and create a safe space for them to open up, that it can be draining, but but it's important. That's part of healing, being able to discuss, share, and connect with people because of similar experiences. So I'm going to start answering yes or no questions. So just so anyone knows, yes or no questions are for subscribers only. So you have to be subscribed for at least 20 minutes. I think that's what it is. Let me see something. Let's see what that is. Apparently I could play games. Okay, subscribers for the last 10 minutes. Okay, so if anybody wants to ask a question, a yes or no question, you may do so now. So yes or no questions are closed-ended questions. If the card comes out in the upright, it's a yes. If it's in the reverse, it's a no. And if there's a specific message that comes out from the card itself based on your question, I will let you know what it is. So you could start asking your yes or no questions now, if you'd like. Oh, wow. Let's see. Those cards just exploded. Okay, I saw your question. Did you watch the love reading? Christy, did you see the love reading? That was like a really good reading. Make sure I don't lose any cards. Okay. And make sure not all of them are reversed. So I'm gonna flip some of them around. I'm not gonna look at the cards, so I'm just gonna reverse some of the decks. Okay. All right. Will Christy meet her person? Okay. I hope you feel better. Oh, the love reading was talking about someone manifesting new love, and it looks like it's gonna be happening very soon for them. Okay, let's see. Will Christy meet her? Will Christy find her person soon? You want to stick with that one because soon is like, we don't really know what soon means because you got to know. So everybody's idea of soon is different, you know? Like soon could be like in a week, 2 weeks, a month, you know? But right now it's saying it's a no. And you got 2 aces that say no. Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles when it comes to finding your person soon. So it's saying no. There may be something going on in the background that you need to work on, or it could be something on their end, the person that might be right for you, or your next, whoever you may end up with. I don't want to say your next partner because that makes it sound like after that there's another person. Like you have a conveyor belt of lovers coming, But I'd say you got 2 no's, so it's not soon. But soon is very broad, and everybody is subjective. The term soon is subjective. So do you want to ask that question again, but give like a specific time frame? Because soon is, like I said, subjective, unless you're content with that answer. Does anybody else want to ask a yes or no question? I'm going to reset the cards. Because with it exploding like that. Okay. Because, yeah, the healing definitely is important. But the thing is, too, when you're healing, some people think like they have to do the healing first. But the thing is, like, healing, it could be a lifelong thing because there could be certain things that come up and you're like, oh, shit, I got to heal that, too. But then it's like, if you spend so much time healing, you never have time to really meet somebody, you know? So it's like, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if you're able to protect yourself, protect your peace, your happiness and stuff, and then still put yourself out there by maintaining boundaries, then you can still go through a healing process while meeting new people. It's just to not put so much pressure on yourself or the person, and let things happen organically. So I had to reset the card. That's possible. The most important thing too is to be with people who are patient, understanding, caring, and don't try to rush anything, you know, especially if you are healing. Because that's the last thing anyone needs. Does anybody else want to ask a yes or no question? Okay, let's see. Will Christy find her person this year? Will Christy find her person this year? It's like a yes, you got the star. And it's funny because I don't know if you saw the love reading I did before, but I think you said no. I could be wrong, but the star card came out, so you should see that reading if you haven't, because it's all about manifestation and meeting someone new. But yeah, you got a yes for this year. And it might be the person that's just like ticks off all your boxes. And what I mean is like they have the qualities that you value in a person, that you will value in a partner. Okay. So does anybody else have a yes or no question? Hi, Cheryl, how are you? Yes, you can ask a yes or no question. I'm gonna tell you this: whatever the cards say, it's still your decision. I don't even like you told me to invest. I'm not an investment banker. I'm not investing, and I don't know. Whatever the cards say is just remember. Yes or no is for entertainment purposes only. You are in charge of your own decisions. Okay, so I'm gonna answer your question, Cheryl. But ultimately, it's your decision what you do, how you invest, how you move forward. You have free will. These are just cards, and I'm just reading the cards. I don't have that much power. I wouldn't want that power, honestly. Okay. Because you have to go with your gut when it comes to it. Okay, so Should Cheryl move forward with investing in a new opportunity? The thing is, you got a yes card, but the Ten of Swords. When I look at the bottom, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it's saying yes, but it's if you are able to invest in it. Like you're bound, if it's a financial investment, because you could invest in something, you could invest your time and your energy, right? Yeah, that's the thing. But the thing is, if you look at his hand, it's like this something ended, but he has he has hope, he has faith. He's doing somebody said what that meant. I forgot what it meant, but it's like saying something ended, but it's like you still have faith that things can improve. I feel like if you are able to, like you could, if it's a financial investment, and if your finances are not balanced, then it's a no. You know, but if this is something that you don't like, honestly, I feel like any type of investment is a risk when it comes to money, because I'm assuming it's a money thing. I feel like if this is where you have to be, if you go with this decision, if you take the risk, you take the chance to invest in it, are you going to be able to handle what may happen if it doesn't work out, you know? So this is why I feel like it's, honestly, I don't like the fact that the Ten of Swords came out, honestly, because this is not really a great card, but it's about something ending, a painful, a betrayal, an ending, a closing of a cycle, right? But then this card with the imbalance, being Two of Pentacles imbalance, I don't know. I feel like if you are not financially balanced, if you don't have the finances or resources to handle the risk, then it's a no. But ultimately, I don't know what your financial situation is. That's why I said in the beginning, you have to, whatever risk you take because I'm assuming it has to do with money. You have to be willing to take the risk that it may end up being a loss, or that it may cause you instability. In any investment that you make, there's always that risk that you will lose something, but sometimes the loss will then turn into a gain. That's why it depends. So ultimately, it's like, can you handle the fact that it could be a possible loss? I took a risk doing something. I lost in the end, but it was a calculated risk, and I had to be okay with the loss. So it's about, are you comfortable with, if you take this risk, are you comfortable with it not working out in your favor? And if you're not comfortable with the fact that it doesn't work out in your favor, then it's a no, because investment is a risk in itself. I would say yes, because with what you're saying, yes, I feel like if you can't handle the loss, if it will be too much or cause some sort of imbalance, then it's a no. You shouldn't invest in it. If it's a loss that you can handle, that it won't impact other areas of your life, then you can take that risk. But like when it comes to money, I don't play with money. I don't like it. Like when I took that risk, I was like, if I lose, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it. I'm taking the risk, understanding that there's a possible loss. I ended up losing, but I was okay with it. So it's about your level of comfort with it, a loss happening. You know what I mean? I would say, personally, as a human to human, cards aside, I would say if it's something that you cannot carry on your own, then it's not worth the risk. Because you have to do what's best for you in the end. You know, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to be trying to balance things financially because of a risk that, you know, it looks good on paper, but it may not there's still a risk. And like I said, you have to be comfortable with the loss if it does happen. It's a gamble. It's that Two of Pentacles that and I don't like the Ten of Swords either. Even though it has that hand gesture with the hope and having faith. Yeah, I to me the Ten of Swords is not the greatest card to see, honestly. I have to be honest. Because I don't want to be saying something and then you end up losing out, you know? That's why it's your decision to make. That the cards can't decide it for you, you know? Will you be able to handle what may happen? Because like I said, it could look like a loss. It may be a loss in the beginning, but it can turn into a gain in the future. But when it is a loss, are you going to be able to maintain balance? Are you able to balance your finances, balance your bills, balance your whatever financial responsibilities you have? You know? I hope that helps. It's because to me the cards, and I think I'm more like a psychological type of reader, like archetypal reader, and I want to learn more about that. Is that like the cards, in my opinion, supposed to give us insight, supposed to give us something to think about, not give us a direct answer. That's why yes or no questions are for entertainment purposes only. You're still responsible for your life choices. I cannot tell you what to do, you know, and you get to decide what you want to do with your life, do with your and you get to make choices for yourself, you know. Everyone has free will, you know, but the cards are just giving you food for thought. That's the way I read, you know. Okay, so I hope that helps, Cheryl. So Ruby had a question. You're welcome, Cheryl. I just don't want you to end up in a situation where you're like, Artemis, tell me this. Artemis didn't tell you nothing. Artemis tell you it's your decision. Okay, let's find out for Ruby. Does Jerome A want to help Yusra? Does Jerome A want to help Yusra? You have a yes, Yusra. It looks like that Jerome does want to help you with something. I don't know what it's regarding, but you have the World card. That's something closing out. So I don't know if he's going to help you with ending something or closing something out, allowing you to have a new beginning in some way, but start something new. But it's saying yes, that he does want to help you. Oh, he's a therapist? Okay. I hope, you know what, I'm not going to say anything, forget it. Because that's not my business. Okay, hi Melody, how are you? So, does Kay have romantic feelings for Z? So, are you Z, Melody? No, you said he's a therapist and he wants to help you. I don't know if there's a love thing going on, because that's not advised with therapists. Okay, Melody. All right. I say that because I studied social work, and they taught us that we're not supposed to have those types of relationships with patients and stuff, or clients. So, and social workers can be therapists too, with the right training, of course. So does K have romantic feelings for Z? Does K have romantic feelings for Z? I'm getting the no card. Oh, wow. Be careful, Ruby. I'm getting the no card, Melody. But I don't know if this has to do with him still being stuck in the past. Some past disappointment, some heartbreak, and that's why he's not opening up or doesn't have any feelings. It might be because he's still getting over some sort of heartbreak from the past. Because I see you got two no's. Like he may be stuck because the Six of Wands is about someone being successful moving forward. So he may be stuck in the past situation that he's experienced. I think that's why it's a no for you. But you know what? And I don't like giving false hope or anything. I don't like that, because I don't want to be manipulative in some way, gaslighting anybody in any way. I don't want to do that because I don't think that's fair to anybody, especially if you're allowing me to read for you. I have to be as honest as I can be. But I also have to say this, just so you know, we're reading the current energy. So right now it's a no, but who's to say it won't be a yes later on? But I would say don't wait around for anybody. Move on with your life, and then if he changes his mind or has a change of heart, he heals or he gets over the past or whatever, he may come back around. If not, somebody else may come in, someone that may be a better match for you, So just don't get stuck waiting for somebody, Sometimes the guys do that to us. Sometimes they say, oh yeah, I'm going to call you. And then they don't call you. I'm like, you fucking bastard. You didn't have to say shit to me. Don't tell me you're going to call me and you don't call me. Just shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Like, this is how I get. You're welcome, Melody. When I get the feeling that someone's not going to call me, I end up messaging them. I'm like, hey, it's okay. Like I'm going to go to bed early, or, I can't talk, right now, or I'm busy, we could talk later. I'll see you tomorrow or whatever. Cause I'm like, I'm not going to be waiting for you to call me. And when I have a feeling you're not going to call me, you're not going to disappoint me, motherfucker. Don't tell me you're going to do something without following through with it. Like they say, don't say what they say about, cause I'm a Scorpio. And they say, oh my God, I want to share it. I think I put it in my thing. Like, so all you had to do is keep your mouth shut. Don't say you're going to do something if you're not going to follow through with it. I want to share it with you. I think, because it's funny. It's true. Don't set me up for disappointment. I know sometimes we shouldn't be expecting people, but the thing is, when someone says you're going to call, they're going to call. Be a man of your word. Don't say you're going to do something and don't do it, because then I'm not going to trust anything you say. If you're not going to be like, oh, Tanya, like I can't call you or whatever, send a message or some shit, but don't. Oh, damn, where is it? I think it's on my other phone. Why? I thought I did more posts than this. But it was basically like, you could have kept your mouth shut. You didn't have to say you're going to do something. It was a Scorpio thing. It's annoying. Yeah, it's annoying. Because I'm going to be like, you're a liar. Your word being shit. Don't talk to me. Unless you're going to do what you say. As a matter of fact, don't tell me you're going to call me. You're going to call me? Just call me. Don't tell me you're going to do it. Just do it. I could go on and on about it. Because that stresses us out. This is where we have to, like, you know what? If whatever, when they say something, it's like you can't get attached to the outcome. I'm gonna call you. Don't get attached to he's gonna call you. Just like, oh, he might call me, or oh, he says he's gonna call. Oh, whatever, doesn't matter. Just go about your business, But I think the problem is that we get fixated that he's said he's gonna do something. Now we want him to do it. That's something that we need to work on, Melody. Does anybody else have a yes or no question they would like me to ask? Answer me, sorry. Does anybody else have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? I wish I could find that meme. That was so funny. I think it's on the device I'm using to be on YouTube. I know I took a screenshot of it. I thought I shared it on my other channel. I think I shared it on TikTok or something. Let me see if I can find it. Hi, my name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. If you would like me to answer a yes or no question, yes will be upright and no will be a reverse card. I'm curious to know what your signs are, because I usually do collective readings, because I really don't know what signs would watch my videos. And since I've been doing lives, I've noticed I get more views, more interaction than doing a pre-filmed video, which is something I've stopped doing because I felt like it was taking too much space on my phone. Oh, thank you, Ruby. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, because I wonder if I should do like sign specific readings, but I think collective readings are good too, because regardless of our star sign or moon sign or rising sign, whatever sign, we go through similar experiences, just in different parts or different timelines. We're in different timelines. Some of us may have done or experienced something in the past that someone may be experiencing now, or someone may be experiencing in the future. That's what people refer to when it comes to timelines, for the most part, Okay. I'm gonna do since no one's asking any questions, let me do another collective love reading for Friday the 13th. The first one I did was really nice. It was about someone manifesting the person that they want, and they get lucky. They get to meet the person. So I like that. That was a nice reading. Okay, let's see what comes out for the collective. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. There's shallow, hollow, empty boredom. Let me see what else comes out. Let me see what's going to happen collective for the 15th love reading. Another love reading. Another love reading for collective. What messages the collective needs to know at this time for the highest and greatest good? Exhaustion. You know what's interesting? Because I put everything together, and you know, past life could be literally like another lifetime, another incarnation, you know, that you've had, and then shallow, and then exhaustion comes out, depletion, drained, long journey, and intimacy. I feel like some of you, I don't know who, because it's collective. So someone may be exhausted from the past experiences that they've had in love, because they probably dealt with someone who was always shallow, who was not really exciting, just bored, or just, you know, didn't really have any sort of substance. And this could have been a repeated pattern where someone has been needing the same types of energies, but someone is wanting something deeper. That's something that is has more substance, something that has a lot more emotional depth and connection and consistency and intimacy and love and stuff. But it's like you probably have had the intimacy, but it was always something that probably left you feeling or lacking. You know, it may have felt good because we have intimacy and sorrow. Like, yeah, you had the intimacy, you had the good feelings, like the orgasms, the everything. You've experienced the ecstasy, but still there's something missing, there's something lacking, you know. And this is funny, we have karmic pattern, repeated patterns, past life. This could be something that you may need to be healing from, you know. As much as it is to be fantasizing, daydreaming about all these different things and how people can be to us, it's important for us to, yeah, we have these fantasies. We could think about and envision what we would want in a partner, and especially when it comes to like the intimate area of relationships and stuff. But you want something that has more depth, more substance, like I said, not anything that's shallow, doesn't have the ability to grow emotionally, and even with not only growing emotionally, but having growth outside of the intimacy part. You know, being able to create and build a relationship that has a strong foundation, something that can develop and build over time, you know, where it leads to something rather than being drained, exhausted, depleted, even feeling like you've wasted your time, your love, and your intimacy by giving it to the wrong people. I could resonate with that because that's happened to me in the past. You just want like something new, something, like I said, that can bloom into something other than just a physical connection. Now, if there is somebody from the past, it says thinking, missing you, craving, desiring. So I don't know if somebody will be wanting to come back to revisit a pattern, to, you know, get that wheel turning again. Because it's funny, the wheel, the Ferris wheel, but you may be conflicted. You know, part of you may want that physical connection, but then it's like in reality, you know, it's not going to be anything more than just that. There isn't going to be what you desire most, which is depth. Because there's awareness, importance, value. You want something of value, not something that is just done because you're bored, because you're lonely, because you're horny, or whatever the case may be. You want something that can go beyond that. You know, you want to be emotionally stimulated, mentally stimulated, not only, I want to say clitorally stimulated. I'm sorry, that just came out. You want more. You want more for yourself. It's like, yes, can we have the ecstasy? Can we have the role playing, the fantasy, all that stuff. But can we have more than that? You know, you want more. You want to be able to like wake up in the morning, have breakfast, go shopping, go like wash clothes together, go to the supermarket, you know, talk to each other while one of you is on the toilet peeing, that type of thing, you know, that type of relationship where you build trust and you're connected and you're vulnerable and you're uninhibited in any way. You know, you could be your complete naked self because there's that trust, there's that connection, there's that bond that you've created with somebody that you cannot create with anybody where you only have a shallow connection with, you know? Okay, that's what I got from that reading. That was interesting. That was interesting. Does anybody have a yes or no question they would like to ask? It's for subscribers only. Let's see what comes out. Let's see. Once again, my name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. Right now, I can answer yes or no questions. So far, no one has come on to ask a question. So I'm thinking about, since I'm still on, I'm thinking I could do, let me check these cards. A reading for the rest of March. Okay. So I want to do a reading for the rest of March. Today's the 13th, Friday the 13th. Some people don't like the number 13. I don't mind it. The death card is number 13 in the major arcana, which is my card as a Scorpio. Okay, let's see. Gonna go to the revealing the truth for the rest of March 2026. What does the collective need to know for March 2026? What does the collective need to know for the rest of March 2026? March 2026. I really appreciate you coming by, joining, participating, allowing me to read for you, also liking and subscribing to my channel. It's really helpful to me. And it helps my channel grow and hopefully reach more people. Because my intention is to help people, to give guidance, advice. Okay, what does the collective need to know for the rest of March? Rest of March. What does the collective need to know for the rest of March? Ooh, greed, laziness, obsession, cruelty, stupidity, ascending, level of promotion, progress. That card wanted to come out. Divine timing. Laziness, obsession, cruelty, stupidity, ascending, level up, promotion, progress, and divine timing. Wrong time, right time, wait. I don't know if some of you may have not been going after something that you wanted. Like in a way, you've been a bit complacent, not really putting in much effort at something. But there may be a period at the end of, from now to the end of March, where there's something that's going to be shifting within you, where you get enlightenment, some sort of inspiration that's going to motivate you to want to take risks, to take chances, to do something different, to even push past your comfort zone. And it's interesting because Aries season is coming around March. It was the first day of the spring equinox. First day of spring is March. I think it's 20th or 21st, and that's Aries season. And Aries is the self-starter sign, the sign that goes after what they want. They have a lot of passion, they have a lot of drive and motivation. So there may be something happening where you're like, you may be at this point where you may be resting a lot, maybe even you may say you've been lazy, possibly haven't really been doing much. But there's something that's going to motivate you, light a fire in you. And if there was something specific that you wanted to do, it's saying that once this surge of energy that you may experience is what's going to be, I guess, the determining factor of when you go after what it is you want. Like, it's going to feel like it's the right time. You're going to get some sort of sign or synchronicity that's going to let you know when's the right time to move forward with what you're wanting to go towards. Where you're trying to bring some sort of change, improvement, evolution, or elevation in an area of your life. There, it could also be that sudden realization that you may not be happy with where you are, and you this change of season and change of sign into Aries may be what's causing you to not want to be in that energy anymore of being lazy or complacent or inactive in some way. And maybe in some aspects, you may even note that you may have been selfish in some areas, and that may be something that you want to change. But sometimes selfish is greed is has a negative connotation, right? So maybe you've been greedy with something, but then you're having that realization that that's something that you need to change within yourself, because it's not doing anything but holding you back, keeping you very in low vibrational, lower chakra energies, where you're not entering into the higher phases, where you feel lighter or freer, more open-hearted, open-minded, even have more courage, more bravery, more self-esteem. So some of you may be feeling like you've been operating in your base desires or base survival needs, but then there may be something that's kind of encouraging you to move away from that energy. In the bottom of the deck, we have run away, get away, keep away, give up, right? So I don't know if when you were in this, if you're in this energy, it may have been escapist, like you're trying to block something out, like you're trying to keep something at bay. So instead of facing it head on, you may be engaging in escapist behaviors or activities, or engaging in escapism, whatever it could be. It could be social media. It could be, because with the noisy sound, you're distracting yourself with other things rather than what you need to work on, which is your healing, going after what it is, going after your dreams, taking a chance on something or on someone, take it as it resonates. But it's like you reach this point where you may be reaching this point at the latter part of March, where you are no longer wanting to be in this energy, that you want to move away from it. You're seeing where it's holding you back, and it's time to move away from that. No longer distract yourself, run away from the distractions. There may be something, a serendipitous moment, a pivotal moment, an opportunity, something that acts as a catalyst to make you take the necessary changes. And it may be coming in the right time. And like I said, we're having the change of season with March, first day of spring being also the first day of Aries season. So there may be something that may be coming forward that's essentially, it could be karmic too. I don't know if some of you had a missed opportunity, but that may be coming back around for you. But if you're distracted and unaware because you're trying to escape something, whatever it is, it could be disappointment that you missed the opportunity. Hi Ethel, how are you? If this is something that's coming back around, I implore you to pay attention. Don't get yourself out of any energy where you're being distracted, that's taking your time, your energy away from you, because you do not want to miss this opportunity if it comes back around. And I don't know if this is opportunity that you ran away from out of fear or just laziness, because sometimes I'm doing okay, how are you? Sometimes we get an opportunity, but I'm like, yeah, it's okay, I don't really want it. And then you're like, later on, it goes away. The opportunity is passed up and you're looking back and you're like, oh shit, I should have took it. I should have taken that chance. I should have taken advantage of the opportunity. But now it's like, it's coming back around. There may be something coming back around, but you just want to be open and receptive and be able to accept it, because maybe right now you feel it's the right time for you to take it. Maybe back then you couldn't take it because it wasn't the right time, but this may be the opportunity that you cannot miss. This is going to be the opportunity that's going to allow you to see growth and change and improvements in whatever area it is that this missed opportunity impacts or is connected to or related to. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. That's for mid-March, from the middle to end of March, the last part of March. It's funny because the astrological new year is coming to an end, and then we're going to have a new astrological new year when Aries season starts. So it's like you have to prepare yourself for this mentally and emotionally, energetically. So that could be like right now, if you're in this place where you have to rest, this could be the reason why you may be needing to take time to rest is to build up your energy, because something may be happening very quickly that you need to be energetically prepared for. So that's the mid-March to end of March reading. Okay. So, Ethel, you have a yes or no question? Do you have a specific question, Ethel, when it comes to your move? To your moving? All right, soon, I said this to somebody else, because soon is subjective. What does soon mean to you? So we can make the question more specific. Do you have a specific time frame that you want to find out about an apartment in the end of the month? So end of March. Okay. From my understanding about apartments, don't they usually rent them at the beginning of a month? I mean, that's how they do it in New York. I know some people can move in the middle of the month, but then, I don't know. But I'll ask. Okay. Ethel. I'm sorry, Ethel. Let's see. Well, Ethel moving to an apartment by the end of the month. Well, Ethel moving to an apartment by the end of the month. It's saying no for the end of the month. But what, from my understanding, and this is, I don't know how it is in other states, because I remember you told me you lived in a specific state. I don't want to repeat it because, you know, I know I value privacy as much as I can on YouTube. It's typically, I don't know, in leases in New York, they usually are at the beginning of the month. So it's looking like at the end of the month, it's looking like a no. Got the Ace of Cups in reverse. The Hangman. The bottom. Okay. You wanna find out about April? I'm sorry, I'm keep doing stuff for my nose. My nose is like, I'm recovering from a cold and my nose is doing some weird stuff inside. It feels dry. Okay, let's see about April or Ethel. They do. I feel like it's gonna be May because you have no, but you have the 5 there. I think you might be moving into an apartment in May. If it's not May, I would say 5 weeks from now. 5 is significant. So it's either 5 weeks or May. It's looking like that. Okay, I hope that helps, Ethel. I truly hope everything works out for you. I truly hope it does. Okay, I had to pray for you. I had to pray for you, Ethel. Hi, Nandini. I hope you're doing well. I'm only asking, I'm only answering yes or no questions. So we could ask, will you meet your next partner this year? Or you could ask for a specific season or a month. I know I could imagine how draining it is. I can imagine. I truly hope things work out for you. Okay, Nandini. All right. So let's find out. I'm going to reverse some of the cards again, too. Will Nandini meet her next partner this year? Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Will Nandini meet her next partner this year? Will Nandini meet her next partner this year? Will Nandini meet her next partner this year? I got a no for you, Nandini. It may not be this year that you meet somebody. Remember, the yes or no questions are for the current energy. So currently it's looking like a no. Thank you, Ethel. It's looking like a no. I don't know if there's something that's blocking you, something that you need to change or end in order to close out the cycle, in order to open yourself to a new cycle with someone new, but it's looking like a no. It's weird. Wait, that's 21. I don't know. I'm thinking Capricorn season for some reason. But it could be next year. You might meet somebody during Capricorn season, but next year Capricorn season. If it's not this year. That's probably like January 2027. So there may be something that you need to close out this year before you can really open up to meeting somebody new next year. You're welcome, Nandini. Does anybody else have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? Once again, my name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And I answer yes or no questions for subscribers. The card upright is yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. The energy is getting low for me right now, so I'll stay on for 4 more minutes, but then I'm gonna have to get off the live and go get something to eat because I'm hungry. Okay. So I thank you all for joining the live and participating, allowing me to read for you and answer your questions. Just checking something right now. So does anybody have another yes or no question they'd like me to answer for them? Before I get, I end the live. Oh, thank you, Nandini. Take care. God bless you as well. I say God bless you, but everybody's God is different. But bless you as well, Nandini. Okay. So if anybody doesn't have any questions, I'm going to end this live soon. If you're interested in seeing the readings, I did collective readings. I did, I think, 3 or 4 collective readings before and after answering some questions. The first one was very interesting. The second love reading was nice. I used this new oracle deck from Maruk X. It's called the Clarifying Love Situations deck. And that was a really nice reading about someone manifesting the person, feeling lucky, manifesting the person that they would like to have a relationship, a serious relationship with. And then I answered yes or no's. And I don't know, should I consider putting timestamps so that you can see the specific readings I've done? That could be something I do in case you're curious about yes or no questions, and you can just see that part, or just see the different collective readings I've done. Yes, you have enough time to save money, and save money with what you call it, storage. Because I know that gets expensive, and depending on the storage units you have, I don't know, like, that's money that could go towards savings and rent or other financial obligations you have. So I thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope everybody has a great weekend ahead, and let's send prayers to Ethel, because we want Ethel to be in a better living situation. I hope everything improves with you. I know it takes time and it's gonna be patience, but as long as you continue to have faith, and that we put our positive energy towards you so that you can get into a better situation, I hope that helps in any way that it can. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. I appreciate you all for joining and allowing me to read for you and subscribing. It means the world to me, even though right now I'm tired, but I'm kind of sick. I'm recovering from a cold, and I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, So thank you again, and I love you all so much. I truly do, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye, Ethel.